To begin our paper lanterns, you are going to put your red paper oriented horizontally like this, and on one end of the paper we're going to trace the thickness of the ruler. So I'm going to line up the left side of my ruler on the left edge, and on the right side I'm going to trace a straight line. I'm now going to write my name in this strip. I'm going to use a gold marker. And I'm going to cut this off, and this is eventually going to be the handle for your lantern. Okay, so you can set that aside. Now with the rest of the paper, I'm going to fold it in half, hot dog style. So I'm actually just going to keep it like this, lift it up, line up my corners. Remember, you always want to press from the center, slide right, slide left. Now with it folded like this with the open side on the top, I'm going to put my ruler along the top line of my paper. So lined up like that, I'm going to trace the ruler again. So now I have a long line going across the top. Now I'm going to turn my ruler vertical up and down, and I'm going to line it up on the left, and I'm going to draw a line starting at this line and going down like that. Then I'm going to slide my ruler over and trace it again. Slide it to the line, and I'm only drawing down from that top line. You're going to do this all the way across. Okay, and this last one, the last space will be a little bit thinner, and that's okay. All right, next, I'm going to take my scissors, and on all of these vertical lines, I'm going to cut until I get to this line on the top and stop. And I'm cutting it while it's folded. So it's cutting both sides for when I open it up in a minute. So I'm cutting all of these until I get to that line and then stop. Okay, now I can open it up, and you can see it's now cut in the middle of the paper on both sides. I'm going to flip it the other way and carefully kind of bend this back to make it a little bit flatter for myself, because before I staple it together to make it into a lantern, if you want, you can add some designs. And I'm going to use this gold marker so that I'm using some red and gold. And it can be basic patterns. So maybe I do circle, line, circle, line. And you can just add some details to your lantern before we staple it. So let's skip ahead. Okay, so now that I have some basic designs with my gold marker on my lantern, I'm going to put it together. So I'm going to fold it in the middle again with the gold designs on the outside. So I'm really going to press on these folds to get them pretty creased. Then I'm going to open it back up, and then this is how we put it together. I'm going to wrap the top in a circle, overlap it just a little bit like this, and then we're going to put one staple at the top and one staple on the other side on the bottom, and that will hold it together. And then if you remember at the beginning, we cut off a strip to be the handle. So on either side, I'm going to slide this a little bit on the inside like this, staple on one side, loop it across the top, and staple it on the other side. there is my paper lantern.